Are you happy? What if that is the wrong question? What if all your life you've been asking, am I happy? How can I be happy? And it turns out that that's not even the right question. That's what we're going to talk about here on the podcast today. Welcome back. Let's get right into it. So, are you happy? That is definitely the wrong question. I'm currently reading a book called Happier. Happier is by Harvard professor Tal Ben-Shahar. Dr. Shahar teaches one of the most popular classes at Harvard, and it's all about happiness in our lives. So the question is not, are you happy, but can you be happier? That's what Shahar talks about in his book. We can all be happier, and the happier you get, the happier you will be. And down the road, it'll lead to more and more and more happiness. I love what he says in the book. I'm happier today than I was 5 years ago, and I hope to be happier in 5 years from now than I am today. That's really the goal in life. How do we do it? That's what we're going to talk about today. If you've not already, hit that subscribe button down there below. Click on the bell icon if you want to get notified of when new videos pop up here. We share this kind of content every single week, and we want to help you grow in your personal growth journey. So, how do we get happier today than we were yesterday, and even happier still tomorrow than we are today? Well, Shire talks about in his book 4 types of people and how in our life, all of us find ourselves in some of these 4 categories at one time or another. The first type of person is the nihilist. A nihilist is focused in the past because of their past experiences, because of the things they've gone through, because of tragedy or just life in general. They believe life is meaningless. It's hopeless. It's futile. There's nothing to get excited or passionate about. Life is meaningless. That's what it is to be a nihilist. And I don't know about you, there's been times in my life that I was a nihilist, parts of my journey that I've walked through. I worked in a factory for several years, and it was a dark, dank place. And I began to really believe that life was not really about anything. And the truth is, our beliefs, as we talked about in an earlier video, drive our thoughts, and our thoughts drive our feelings, and our feelings drive our actions. And it goes in this endless cycle. So if you're a nihilist, you live in the past. And because of past experiences, you don't believe there's hope for the future. The second type of person is a hedonist. A hedonist lives for today and today only, with no thought or consequence for the future. The hedonist says life is all about pleasure. And boy, have I been in some of those phases in my life. We all like to be happy, right? We all like to enjoy our life. But when we enjoy our life to the detriment of others or our own future, then we find ourselves in that hedonist category where it's all about momentary pleasure. If the drug gives you pleasure for now, take the drug. If the overnight relationship gives you pleasure for now, go ahead, make use of it, enjoy it, and the consequences be damned, right? That's how the hedonist lives their life. And at times, we all find ourselves in that hedonist journey where we're living for right now. The third type of person is the rat racer. The rat racer is all about the future. They're all about what's next, not about what's now. They stay focused on it throughout their life. In elementary school, they're working towards grades that will make them the top of their class. In high school, they're preparing for college. In college, they're preparing for grad school. In grad school, they're preparing for that great job. At that great job, they're preparing for the next level and the top level and beyond. And they never get to their destination because when they get there, they've already set another destination. And a rat racer cannot enjoy now. Now, being honest with you, this is probably my primary place I've spent much of my life. It's hard for me to live in now. I'm always about next. I've learned to slow down in the last year or so and really focus more on now. Not now like a hedonist who just lives in this moment, but a now where I'm truly plugged in to the presence and the power of all we ever have. And that really is right now. Maybe you're a fellow rat racer, or you find yourselves rat racing through life at certain phases and at certain times. And don't get me wrong, there's some times we're going to have to push and do things we don't want to do. But the rat racer never enjoys now. They have their mind on the future. So, right now, as you think about these four categories, which of these first three do you find yourself in? Would you say I'm more of a nihilist? Would you say I'm stuck because of my past in a belief that there's no hope, there's no future, there's no help, there's no reason, there's no rhyme? Do you feel like that right now in your life? Would you say I'm more of a hedonist? I'm living for the moment, living in the pleasure, and the consequences be damned. I don't care who it affects or how it affects my future. I'm going to run the credit card up right now because it brings me joy, not right now, or doing the one night stand because it's going to feel good in the moment, forget the consequences, whatever it might be in your life. Are you in that hedonist mentality? Are you a rat racer? Are you always setting your sights on something ahead? And even when you get there, you don't take time to celebrate because you're on to the next thing? Well, the fourth category is the place you can live and I can live every day. And it's the person who is happy, who is learning to be happier every single day. You can definitely be happier tomorrow than you are today, and happier 5 years from now than you are at this moment right now if you choose to live the happy life. Now, the happy life involves a balance. It involves some doing now and a insight into where you want to go in the future, but learning to capitalize that in the moment. How does it work? Here's what has to happen. I love this great story that Sha'ar shares in his book about how we have a hard time living in the present moment and enjoying our life in this now. Where he tells a story of an old episode of The Twilight Zone where this criminal dies and he's greeted by an angel that says, "Welcome to the afterlife. Here you can have anything you desire, anything you wish." The criminal can't believe his eyes that after the life he's lived, he's died and gone into a place that affords him this opportunity. So the criminal begins to make these outlandish wishes, first for this ungodly sum of money, and he gets it. And then for the finest foods that he's enjoyed and he does enjoy, and he eats it. And then he wishes for women, and he has all these beautiful women around him during the episode. After a while, he begins to grow bored with all of this life, and he misses the doing that he had back on earth of criminal activities. So he tells the angel, "I want something to do. I want a business to run, something where I can earn." And the angel says, "Sadly, that is the one thing you cannot do here." He said, "You can't earn any of this. You can't work for any of this. You just have to ask for it, and it's yours." Well, the criminal tries to live like that for a while, but he gets really bored and really tired of just everything coming easily and no work, no sweat, no tears involved. So finally, he goes to the angel and he says, "I'm tired of this life. I can't do this anymore." He said, "I want to go to the other place." And the camera zooms in on the angel's face and it becomes distorted and twisted and dark. And the angel begins to laugh. And the angel says, "You are in the other place." And a lot of times that is our hell, right? To get that life of our dreams. That's what the rat racer does. And when we get there, think, man, I want something more than what I've got right now. And the reason we do that is because we haven't learned the secret to happiness, to being happier every single day. So, what is the secret? Here it is. It is to learn to live in the moment, but not in the moment as the hedonist lives. It's to learn to live with one eye on the future, one eye on next, and one eye on now. I know in my own life what I have started learning is I have big dreams and big plans for the future. A lot of it involves coaching and helping folks just like you. But right now, I'm enjoying building that future. I'm enjoying the process of that because all I have and all you have is this moment right now. So, how do you do that? How do you get your vision for what you want to be in the future, yet get your mind focused here on the present and what you can do right now to get joy from building that future that is coming in the next? Well, I think there's a couple of things. Number one, I would start with a least liked list in my life. What is your least liked list? Pretty soon, I'm going to have uh, a website up and running over at jimparkercoaching.com, and I want to provide some materials to you there. One of them will be a PDF that's already in place that will help you do this very thing. But you need a least like list. Write down your top 3 to 5 things you like least in life right now. That's going to help you figure out what you don't want. When you get that list complete and give it a lot of thought, then I want you to make a most wanted list. A most wanted list. I'll provide a link to a resource that will help you do some of that here in the description, because it's going to lead you to build an intention statement, and I have some resources that'll help walk you through that. So check out the link below the video here for that. But once you combine that most wanted list, narrow that most wanted list down to your number one thing you want in life. That's your passion. That's what drives you. I know for me, I found out mine is freedom. Freedom of finances, freedom of travel, freedom to do things like we're doing right here together on a full-time basis from anywhere, freedom to spend time with my family. Freedom is really what I want most in this life. What is your one primary thing? When you get that primary thing, I challenge you to put it into a present tense intention statement. How do you build an intention statement? You take that one thing and you build a present tense statement that states what you want as if it's already occurred. I'll give you an example. One of mine is, I am so happy and grateful now that I have an abundance of time and money to spend with the people I love on the things I love, and I share this abundance with others. It's that simple. You say it as it's already happened. You put it in front of you every moment you get in the day. I've committed mine to memory. As you can see, it's in my head. I say it all the time, because what does that do? It puts a vision in front of you for the future, but it makes you content with knowing you're building that future right now. Today, I met with a guy that's a friend that's helping me develop the website we're bringing up. And I found joy today in working on the particulars, the details, the background of that website, stuff that normally would have driven me crazy. I'm now finding satisfaction in it. Why? Because I can only do what I can do today. So I want to challenge you this week. Focus on what you want in the future, and focus today on what you can do to take steps towards that future right now. One of the biggest things you can do is just to set your intention on it, to set it as your goal, your heart desire, to attach strong emotion to it, to feel as if in your heart that goal has already come to pass, and then start taking daily small steps of inspired action. How do you walk to China? Well, you don't walk to China. If you're going to China, you have to walk to a car, get in the car and drive to an airport, get in a plane and fly to China, get in another plane and fly where you want to go in China, get in another car and go to the destination and get out and walk in to wherever it is you want to go, one step at a time. That's how we live our lives. The happiest people on this planet, according to Sha'ar in his book Happier, have no interest in just their financial situation alone. For a lot of us, we think if I won the lottery, if I had $1 million or $10 million or whatever, then I would be happy. The truth is, lottery winners, celebrities, people or professional athletes who have made it there and came from nothing can tell you that is not the case. Money does not bring happiness. Purpose brings happiness. My purpose on this planet is to help people like you find peace, purpose, and prosperity. That's what I'm all about. That's what this whole YouTube channel is all about. That's what my life and coaching is all about. That's what my personal life is all about. When you're living your purpose, you get happier every day. Now, finances are great and they come, and all that happens as you pursue your dreams, but you are only happier day by day as you figure out your purpose and you start to pursue it. So this week, I want to challenge you to do one thing and one thing only. Develop your least liked list. Develop that list that says, this is what I do not want in life. And when you get that list done next week, I want to challenge you to do one other thing. And that is to develop your most wanted list and then narrow it down to your one most wanted thing. Come back here and tell me in the comments what that one thing is. I would love to hear about it. And if you have some things you want to know more about in your own personal growth journey, Tell me in the comments what you want to hear more content on, and I'll create it for you. This week, I want to challenge you to get that least like list done so you know what you don't want and you can focus on what you do want. And tomorrow, I want you to be happier than you are today. You'll be great.